You're 22 years old, standing at the edge of your life, and without realizing it, you're about to make a decision that will quietly shape your future for the next 10, maybe 20 years. One version of you plays it safe, the other takes risks. Same person, same starting point, completely different outcomes. And the scary part is, you won't even notice the difference at first. It won't show up in a week or even a year. But give it time, and the gap between these two lives becomes impossible to ignore. If this already has you thinking about your own future, take a second to hit like. It helps more people see this. In the safe version of your life, everything looks stable. You land a decent 9-to-5 job right out of college, maybe something predictable with a steady paycheck. You start contributing to your 401k, slowly building a retirement fund because that's what everyone tells you to do. You avoid debt, you avoid uncertainty, and you definitely avoid anything that feels risky. Your savings account grows, your credit score improves, your FICO number looks solid. On paper, you're doing everything right. You feel secure, and security feels good. There's no anxiety about failing, no sleepless nights wondering if you made the wrong move. But there's also something else happening in the background, something most people don't talk about. Your growth becomes linear. Your income increases slowly, your opportunities stay limited, and over time, you realize you've built a life that's safe, but capped. Now look at the other version of you. Same age, same starting point, but this time you decide to take risks. Not reckless risks, but calculated ones. Maybe you start a side hustle while working your job, or you invest aggressively instead of letting your money sit idle. You might even fail a few times. In fact, you probably will. Your first business idea doesn't work. Your first investment loses money. There are moments where you question everything. Moments where playing it safe suddenly feels very tempting. And if you've ever felt that doubt before, subscribe to the channel because this is exactly what we talk about here. Real growth, not just the highlight reel. But here's what most people don't understand. In your 20s, your biggest advantage isn't money, it's time. You have the ability to recover, to learn, to adapt. And every failure you experience is quietly building a skill set that the safe version of you never develops. As the years pass, the difference starts to show. The safe version of you is still earning a steady income, maybe getting small raises, still contributing to a 401k and following the traditional path. Meanwhile, the risk-taking version of you begins to see exponential growth. That side hustle turns into a real income stream. Those early investments, even the ones that started small, begin to compound. You start understanding how money actually works, how taxes affect your income, how to make smarter financial decisions. You're no longer just earning money, you're making money work for you. This is where compounding changes everything. When you invest early and consistently, even small amounts can grow into something significant over time. The safe path often delays this process because it prioritizes stability over opportunity, but the risk-taking path accelerates it. You start earlier, you learn faster, and you benefit more from time in the market rather than trying to time the market. And while the safe version of you waits for promotions and incremental raises, the risk-taking version creates multiple income streams, breaking free from the idea that money only comes from a paycheck. But here's the truth most people miss. Playing safe isn't wrong, and taking risks isn't automatically right. The real danger is misunderstanding what safe actually means, because what feels safe in your 20s can become risky later. Relying on a single job, a single income source, or a single plan can leave you vulnerable in a world that's constantly changing. On the other hand, taking smart risks early, when you have fewer responsibilities and more time to recover, can actually be the safer long-term strategy. By the time you reach your 30s, the gap between these two lives becomes very real. The safe version of you has stability, but limited freedom. The risk-taking version has options, the ability to choose where to live, what to work on, how to spend time. And that's the real difference. It's not just about money, it's about control. Control over your time, your decisions, and your future. So if you're in your 20s right now, the question isn't whether you should play safe or take risks. The question is, what kind of life do you want to build? Because every small decision you make today, every dollar you invest, every risk you take or avoid, is quietly shaping the person you'll become. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the biggest risk wasn't failing, it was never trying at all. If this changed the way you think about your future, share this with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe, because the decisions you make now matter more than you think.